Thank you so much, Chaviji, for your help. That's very kind. And sorry for being late. My computer has taught me gross impermanence. Doesn't want to work anymore. So it's like this. Okay, so we will review today some points about the causes, yeah? So it follows that you know the definition of cause.
That which is a producer.
Yes, a producer, very good. A producer. It follows that the subject, a producer, is the definition of cause.
Accept.
Yes, very good. Okay. Yes, so we will have some special classes on definition and definiendum. So now it's not the point. But yes, we could say, yes, it is the definition of cause because. Because Yongzin Purvuchok the Great said so. Yes, why not? Okay. Because it defines that definiendum and no other definiendum, yeah? Okay, very good. And I'm sure that you know the definition of effect. Yes, posit.
That which is produced.
Yes, that which is produced. It follows that the subject that which is produced is the definition of effect.
Accept.
Yes, very good. Okay. Okay, so it follows that you know the difference between the two, producer and that which is produced. Yes.
Accept.
Yes, accept. Posit. Contradictory, equivalent, 3P, 4P.
Equivalent.
Equivalent, okay, very good. It follows that the yes, Maria.
Equivalent only if there's under one same basis. If not, they are contradictory.
Okay, so if we choose a specific subject, they are not equivalent.
No, it could be if there's a common basis, they're contradictory. They cannot be at the same time, right? They cannot be.
It follows that my famous cup, the subject, my famous cup, is a producer.
It is a producer.
Yes, and it is that which is produced.
It is, but not at the same time.
Still, it is a producer and it is produced.
Yeah, but they don't have. Then that means that yeah. Okay.
Accept or why? You accept? It is a cause and it is an effect. But yes,
True.
I
But they're
know.
not at the same basis. Well, at the same basis, they're not. For me, it's not the same. Same basis means at the same time.
Yes, exactly. Yes, if we speak about applied to a basis, a specific basis, it means a cause and its effect. Yes, are not equivalent. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, they are not equivalent. Okay. Okay, very good. We could say they are contradictory in most cases. Yeah. Yeah.
Only if there is a common basis. Not necessarily all cases.
Yes, if it is applied on a basis. Yeah. Yeah, if we say, like, for instance, we could say that the cup of today is the cause of the cup of tomorrow. Yeah, and it is the effect of the cup of yesterday. Yeah, do you agree?
No, not necessarily.
You don't agree. Okay, you don't agree because?
Because what happened yesterday could be many things in between. It's not necessarily the effect of the cup of yesterday.
Okay. Okay, it follows that the subject, the cup of today is, okay.
Could be something else, could be produced today in the morning. So it's not necessarily there was a cup yesterday.
Okay. So if my cup existed yesterday, it is necessarily the cause of my cup of today. No?
Yes,
Yes.
and that is why they are contradictory and they are not equivalent.
Yes, exactly. Yes, the cup of yesterday is necessarily contradictory with the cup of today. Yes, very good. And the cup of today is necessarily contradictory with the cup of tomorrow.
If it's the same.
If it's the same? Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
the cup. Yes, even if there are two cups, those two cups are necessarily contradictory, yeah? Okay,
Oh.
okay, very good. Very good. So those two cups are not cause and effect of each other, yeah? But one cup of today is the cup of tomorrow, yeah? Because it's the same continuum. Yeah, if it's the same continuum, and yes, one exists before the other, then it is the cause of the other, yeah?
And it's the
Yes.
substantial continuum, right? This is the substantial cause, the substantial continuum, right? So then it is.
Yeah. Exactly, yes, you remember the subject, the definition of a substantial cause of the cup?
Substantial
Mhm.
producer that is part of the substantial continuum of the object.
Yes, we could say that's the main producer of the cup, which is within its substantial continuum. Yeah, that's the substantial cause of the cup. Yeah? The definition of the substantial cause of the cup. Yeah. Okay, very good. And I'm sure you can posit the definition of cooperative condition of the cup.
Yeah, this is a condition that is not substantial and it's not part of its main substantial. So it's a conditional
Yes, it
cause.
is a main producer of the cup, which is not in its substantial continuum. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, very good. Very good. So you know perfectly those points. So you remember we debated last time comparing substantial cause of the cup or the table or anything else and direct cause of the cup.
Yeah, it's at the
Yes.
same.
They are not
Yes.
they are contradictory equivalent 3p 4p.
3p, if I recall well. 3p or 4p, but
Yeah.
is that
Okay. So you can put the
3p, I
yeah, you
think,
can put the
yes.
perversion.
4p.
Okay, so
3p.
3p you can put the perversion. If it's 4p, no perversion. We don't need to posit the perversion. But if it's 3p, you need to posit the perversion, yeah? If it is A, it's necessarily B, but if it's B, it's not necessarily A.
Yeah, if it's direct, it's not necessarily substantial.
Okay, if it is the substantial cause of the cup, it's necessarily its direct cause.
Not necessarily, no. That's what I say.
Okay, so there is no perversion in that case, yeah? Yeah? Okay, so maybe the perversion would be the other one. If it is the direct cause of the cup, it's necessarily its substantial cause?
I think it's the other way around. If it's
If it is the
substantial, if it's substantial. Oh, wait. Let me see. Direct, it means it's at this moment of happening, right? But that
yes.
direct can be multiple. Substantial is only one.
Okay, yeah, we could say that. Yeah. In some cases, we can have different substantial causes. For instance, if you have chai, you have the substantial cause of milk, and you have the substantial cause of the water, and the substantial cause of the spice, and so on. Yeah. So in one,
No, those would be no. Those are conditional, not necessarily substantial.
okay, okay. So it follows that the subject. So which one is not the substantial cause within the chai?
What you say, chai can be done by, milk or no milk, for example. It depends on how you drink your
Yes.
chai.
Not too much sugar, yeah. Otherwise,
Or it can, or it can be
I guess.
vegan or cow or, animal, whatever that is. Again, so it's. I'm
Yes. So
sorry, I
if
don't
you
want
if
to
you
take
if
the
you drink
time. I want to give people some time.
one, we're here to debate, to discuss. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have chai, yeah, we could say like traditional chai. So you need tea, yeah? You need I guess it's generally speaking black tea, no? Black tea, then
Chai
water,
is,
then milk, then
again, chai in India is with milk. Chai
yeah,
in Eastern Europe is without milk. And it's chai.
exactly. So Indian traditional Indian chai. Traditional
Okay.
Indian chai. Then you
You
have
see, then you cut, right? So the substantially you cut the causes, you eliminate.
okay. So for instance, would you agree that the cup, you know, if you have some Indian traditional chai, it's not that inside. It's jasmine tea. But let's imagine that it is a traditional Indian chai. Do you agree that the cup is not the substantial cause of the chai?
Agree.
Yes, it is not the
That
substantial cause of the chai because
it's not the producer of the chai.
yes, exactly. It's not the producer of the chai. Yeah, they coexist. Yeah, if they coexist, yeah, the cup and the chai within they coexist, so they cannot be cause and effect. Yes, very good. We could say that in one sense, you know, the Vaibhashika would accept that one is supported, the other one is the support. Yeah, the
We
cup
can,
is the support. Okay,
sorry,
but
we
otherwise,
cannot
yeah, the
hear
cup
you. Can
doesn't.
you?
Yeah, Christopher, your voice is breaking down a bit.
Okay, yes, so maybe because of the 4G, maybe the internet is not. Yeah, do you hear me now? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, okay, good. Okay, very good. So yes, the cap doesn't transform into the tea. Yeah, doesn't the entity, the nature of the cup doesn't transform into the tea, the chai. Yeah, so the cup is not a cause of the tea. At least is not the substantial cause of the tea. Yeah, okay, of the chai. Okay, can you posit only one substantial cause of the chai?
The
Or
herbs, whatever that is, the whatever the ingredients that make the
Tea
chai.
leaves. Tea leaves.
The leaves, yeah. Yeah, thank
yeah, the
you,
tea leaf.
Valerie.
Very good. Is it the only substantial cause of the chai?
And the water.
No. Ah, the water. So we have at
But
least two.
it can be either
We
water
have at least,
or that's the problem. You need the liquid, but it could be either water or milk
yes, I guess we add milk,
It
no?
could be both.
or both. That
Yes,
is my
exactly.
problem with the other one. So it's not the milk, it's not the water or both. It is tea plus something warm. But that something warm can be
Yeah,
multiple.
yes. Usually speaking, I guess we put water, then milk, then spice. Yeah. Yes. Okay, very good. So I guess that the water is a substantial cause of the chai. Yes, and the tea leaves are substantial causes of the chai. Then the milk also is one substantial cause of the chai, no?
For the Indian chai.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Or if you wish vegan chai, you can put vegan chai.
I
Vegan
cannot
milk,
drink milk, so
then
for
it's
me,
the
milk
substantial
is
cause
out
of
of the question. That's why I'm saying.
yes. Anyway, cows are vegan, yeah, so okay. Okay, they don't eat meat. Very good. Okay, so yes, we have at least a few substantial causes of the China.
Sorry, did I miss one? Did we define substantial cause? I came in late a little bit. So can we just repeat
Yes.
what that was? I just want to.
Yes, it follows that you can posit the substantial the definition of a substantial cause of chai.
I can, but can I ask somebody else? I mean, I don't.
Yes, anyone.
Yes, the main producer of the substantial effect in its substantial continuum.
Okay.
Yes, very good. It follows that the subject, the main producer of its substantial effect, in that case, chai, yeah, the main producer of chai within its substantial continuum is the definition of a substantial cause of chai.
And it doesn't necessarily need to be one.
Yes,
Main
exactly, because
producer
yes, in some
leads
cases,
us. Hmm.
yes, yes, in some cases, you know, you have different types of phenomena within one phenomenon. Yeah, yeah. So then you need that they have their own substantial cause. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So then if it is
They
a
have focus.
substantial cause of chai will be water. Because we need
Yes,
at
it
least
would.
water to start.
Yes, exactly. You need water, you need the tea leaves, you need many things, yeah, to prepare chai in traditional Indian chai. Okay.
Can I say
Okay. Very
something?
good. Yes, please.
Question. And you need something to hold it. But all of my problem with the substantial then is, like, you know, you need something's well defined, like tea leaves or leaves, something that, you know, the main ingredient, and then you need something warm or cold, a liquid. You need a liquid, but can be both
Yes.
warm and cold. And you need, I mean, you just create it, then it will flow down. I guess you still make a tea, but you know, if you don't have something to hold it. So the problem is that something is more well defined, so while something else can be varied. So you cannot say tea, you cannot say water, but you need warm liquid or something like that. And you need a holder, and the holder can be a cup, can be a carafe, can be, you name it, right? It could be whatever. So how do you, because without that, you have something, but it will disappear. You will not accumulate it. You will not hold
Mhm.
it. So while the cup is
Yeah,
not
so you
necessarily
need
the
a con
substantial condition, it can be, right?
yes, it's a cooperative condition. You
Then
definitely
I say
need a
substantial,
cooperative.
but now I'm just thinking about it can be also a substantial cause, because without the cup, even though it's one of the potentials, whatever, it's a holder. You need a holder,
Yeah.
and the holder can have multiple definitions. I don't know how, again, I'm just trying to understand how to
Yes.
define things.
Yeah, but the cup is not the substantial cause of the chai, yeah? No, very good. Okay, so it's a necessary condition, yeah, it's a operative condition. It's not the cause of the chai. Very good. Okay, so the perversion was like this. It follows that if it is the substantial cause of the cup or chai or anything else, it's necessarily its direct cause. No, a few people say no. But the perversion came from Maria. Maria, maybe you would your mind or still accept?
The red cause is the immediate, right?
Yes, there is no how do you say, in between, you know, there is no gap in between, yeah, between the cause
Immediate
and its effect. If it's
preceding.
a sorry?
Immediate preceding cause. Immediate
Yes,
preceding
exactly. It's the
cause.
image. Yeah. Exactly, yes. Yes. So if it is the substantial cause of the cup, it's necessarily its direct cause.
Not
No.
necessarily, no. No, for example, the
Not
tree that
necessarily.
has, okay,
Okay.
the
So
plant that has
in
the tea leaves are not necessarily direct cause of the tea.
in that case, this assertion is finished. Ah. Yes, okay. So only the assertion, not the person. Only the assertion put in critical analysis. Yeah. Okay, very good. Fantastic. So it follows if it is the substantial cause of the case, it's not necessarily its direct cause.
Accept,
Excellent.
now accept, yes.
Very good. Fantastic. Yes, and if it is the direct cause of the cup, it's not necessarily its substantial cause.
Accept.
Okay, so in that case, if there is no perversion and there are some common bases, then it tends to 4P. Yeah?
Accept.
Okay, very good. As we debated last time, yeah, the substantial cause and the direct cause of what was it? The table? Wooden table? Yeah, 4P. Very good. Very good. So now, if we compare the direct effect and indirect cause, direct effect and indirect cause. Tricky. Now the awakening of wisdom is working fully. Thinking. So nice.
Of the same, of the same object?
Generally speaking, like this, yeah.
Okay. So that depends then. Mhm.
Are they contradictory, equivalent, 3P, 4P?
I would say 3P, but I'm happy to be wrong because
Okay.
I can think worms in the earth that needed for the for the trees
Yeah.
to make the tree leaves, but and the tea, and they can be two different
Yes,
things.
we will check that. Yeah. But it's so nice to be happy to be wrong, yeah? Because then ignorance will lose and wisdom will win.
Learn more by making mistakes.
4P.
4P, what shall we do?
4P, no, not 4P. I think it is equivalent.
Okay, equivalent now, changing your mind. Yeah, equivalent. Okay, then who would say contradictory? Who would say 4P?
I think I can't.
Sorry?
No, I'm not even going to say it because I don't know how to defend it. So I'm not going to say it.
Okay. It's better to know how to defend the view otherwise. You know, checking on Wikipedia, checking on Google. So we have 4P, 3P and equivalent, okay? So in both cases, we have a common base, yeah? Okay, we have common base, then we can ask, okay, if it's so equivalent, we don't need to consider the perversion because it's easy. If it's A, it's B, if it's B, it's A. But for 3P, yeah, what is the perversion?
So as I said, like you need for the tea, which is the direct effect, is the tea. You need, for example, the tea leaves. For the tea leaves, you need, as I said, worms in the earth, and
Okay,
those.
so yes, okay, but the perversion would be if it is A, it's necessarily B, but if it is B, it's not necessarily A. Yes? So
Exactly, that's
how
what
do
I
you
said.
overlay that?
You need the tea leaves.
Okay.
You need the tea leaves to do the tea, but you don't need for the
Yeah.
tea. You
Hello,
don't need,
hello.
Hello, welcome. Do you hear us? Ah, gone.
so, but for the
Yes,
tea leaf,
please.
indirect effect are the worms, right? So you need worms in the earth to generate or rain or something like that to have the tea leaves. in order to make the
Yes,
tea,
but
but in order to do the tea, you don't necessarily need.
I think Maria is saying for it is necessary. Indirect cause is necessarily a direct cause, but a direct cause is not necessarily an indirect cause.
Bravo, Pallavi, thank you.
okay. So here we compare indirect cause and direct effect.
Correct.
Oh, direct
Indirect
effect.
cause.
Okay.
Direct effects is the tea, right?
Okay. So yes, but after challenger will ask you to put it an illustration here of your point. Yes. But just before that, the challenger needs to know if you put the circle A within the circle B or the way around. Yeah. So if it is an indirect cause, is it necessarily a direct effect? Yes. The provision goes like this. But if it is a direct effect, it's not necessarily an indirect cause.
The other way around.
The other way around. So it follows that if it is a direct effect, it's necessarily an indirect cause. But if it is an indirect cause, it's not necessarily a direct effect.
Correct.
Okay. So if it is a direct effect, it's necessarily an indirect cause. It follows that the subject, the cup of today, is not the direct cause of the cup of tomorrow.
Correct. Unless they are the same. Or it could be in between as well, right? I mean, it's not necessarily the same. Yeah.
So let's say it follows the subject, the cup of instant A, it's not the direct effect of the cup of instant B.
Can you repeat? Sorry, Christophe, where he was broken.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Christopher, maybe you might have to read this. Your voice is breaking. It's difficult to follow your sentences.
Yes, it's the Wi-Fi, the 4G is a bit weird today. Okay. So let's say, for instance, okay. So you have the week, yeah. For instance, you have the whole week, yeah. Then let's say the cup of Wednesday. The cup of Wednesday, is it the direct cause of the cup of Thursday?
If it's the same cup.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's the same continuity. Okay, so it is a direct effect. Yeah. It is a direct cause. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. So the perversion was like this. Yeah. If it is a direct effect, it's necessarily an indirect cause. But if it is an indirect cause, it's not necessarily a direct effect. It was like this. Okay. Very good. No, it was the way around. Did I miss something?
I'm confused.
Yeah, the
Wait.
perversion. Okay, so we are comparing indirect cause and direct effect. And the perversion seems to be, if it is a direct effect, it's necessarily an indirect cause.
It's related to indirect cause, not. No. But an indirect cause is not necessarily direct effect.
An indirect cause is necessarily not a direct effect, I think. Maybe.
Yes.
Is
Yes, exactly.
not a direct effect. Okay, so for instance, let's say the cup of Monday is the indirect cause of the cup of Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh no, a cup of
The cup of Monday. The cup of Monday is the indirect cause of the of Wednesday because there is Tuesday in between, no?
Or the other way around, you
The cup
can
of
say the cup
Monday.
of Monday is the indirect cause of the tea of Tuesday.
No.
Because it's indirect
No.
cause, right? It's an
If we say,
indirect cause.
let's
Indirect,
just use
wait.
maybe the days of the week. Just wait a minute, please.
Okay. Now I had an aha moment. Can I make maybe I need to excuse. Indirect is only in time, or it's also on nature? Because for me, it was nature more than time.
Yes, if we speak about the indirect and direct, it's just about time, you know. Direct
Okay.
cause, there is no gap. And indirect cause, there is a gap in between the cause and its effect.
Okay.
Yes, and Maria, I don't think that cup can ever be a producer of tea. So it is not any kind of cause.
You are right. I was
Yeah.
confusing the nature with the time. That's my mistake. You see, I learned.
Okay, let's use the days of the week. For the subject, Monday is the indirect cause of Wednesday. Yes. Okay. And the subject Monday is a direct effect of Sunday. So it is at the same time an indirect cause and a direct effect. But if we say if it is a direct effect, it's necessarily not an indirect cause, then, or if it is an indirect cause, it's necessarily not a direct effect, then we have a problem, no? Yeah. Monday is at the same time the indirect cause of Wednesday, and it is the direct effect of Sunday. So it's both, no? Okay. So what is the perversion now? We have a problem with time.
No, so an indirect cause is necessarily not a direct effect. Oh, it's necessarily not its direct effect.
Yes, this is different, yeah? This is another formulation. This is another debate.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. Yes, I would agree. Yeah? If it is a cause, it's necessarily not its effect. Yeah, this is okay, I guess. Okay, but if it is a direct cause, an indirect cause, is it necessarily a direct effect?
This assumes, I'm sorry, now again, my scientific mind. This assumes that you're talking about time, but at the same time, something that is normalized in units, right? So like the same days or something. But it could be that, you have a party on Sunday, you have a party on Monday. So if there is a party of Monday, then it's direct, or, or party on Thursday, Wednesday. That means you can have it can be the third day, 3 days party, but it could be another party.
Yeah. Yes, but no, like
Could be
okay,
part of the
suppose
same
that you
fest or
can
not.
say that. Sorry. Yeah, yes. We can say that. Okay, like in this world, each day is the effect of the previous one. We could say each year.
Again, February 25th, 28th or 29th. Again, I can bring examples. Sorry, my
Yeah, like for instance, do you agree that each year is the effect of the previous year?
correct.
Like 2025 is necessarily the effect of 2024. Okay, very good, we agree. Okay, so the year 25 is necessarily the direct effect of 24.
Accept.
Okay, and it is necessarily the indirect cause of 27.
Except according to the definition, it is not immediately preceding, therefore it is indirect. Correct.
Exactly. There is a gap in between. There is 26 in between. Okay. So 25 is at the same time a direct effect and an indirect.
Except.
Would you agree? Yeah, very good. So we have a common base between the two. So this is the easier part, maybe. Now, the tricky point is there any perversion? Direct effect and indirect cause.
Well, if it's not its direct effect, then there is no pervasion. It's 4P.
Ah, okay, 4P. Okay. Okay, 4P. So it follows that you can posit an illustration of an indirect cause, which is not a direct effect.
The sun shining creates a wildfire in the sun shining in America, in India creates a wildfire in California.
Okay, so it is an indirect cause.
Yeah, because the sun creates heat and gives heat to the earth.
Okay.
But it's not its direct effect at all because the sun is shining in India, but there's a wildfire happening in California because of conditions happening in California, dry wood, extra heat. Somebody went and started a fire there.
Okay. So we could so the wood would be, for instance, the direct cause of the fire, the big fire in California, and the sunshine would be the indirect cause. Okay, so it is an indirect cause, but not a direct effect. The sunshine is not a direct effect. Doesn't have a cause. Doesn't have any cause.
It's not a direct effect.
But it is an effect, it's necessarily a direct effect, no?
Sorry, just repeat.
Yes, yeah. Do you agree? Do you agree that if it is a cause, it's necessarily impermanent?
Yes.
Yes, and it is impermanent because
It changes moment to moment.
it is produced.
Okay.
Yes, and if it is produced, it's necessarily an effect. It necessarily has a cause. Could you find something which is produced but is not an effect? No, if it is produced, it's an effect. So it necessarily has a cause, and it necessarily has a direct cause. So it's necessarily a direct effect. No?
Can I give an example on the dates?
Yes, please.
In a year with 366 or 365 days. 1st of March is the direct, in the 365, 366, 1st of March is the direct effect of the 29th of February. In a 366, 5 days, there is no 29, so it's 28th is the, in 366, 28th is an indirect effect of the 1st of March. In 365, 28th is the direct effect, it's not the indirect effect because there's no 29. So if there are cases where you can skip something, like,
But they merely convention.
But true, Monday and Tuesday is convention. Some people have Monday, some don't. I mean.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, here we speak about ultimate truth, yeah, for the Sotrantika following reasoning, yeah. We are not speaking about conventional truth because conventional truth is permanent, yeah, for the Sotrantika following reasoning, yeah. Only for that school, yeah. For the other schools, yeah, for the other schools, yeah, it depends. Yeah, for the Vaibhashika, you can find permanent phenomena and impermanent phenomena which are ultimate truth. But for the Sotrantika following reasoning, if it is impermanent, it's necessarily the ultimate truth. Yeah, so when we speak about conventionally speaking, yeah, it's mainly for the Madhyamaka, no? Yeah. Okay, do you hear me? Because the image was frozen. Oh yes. Okay, problem. Okay.
I think,
Samsara
Christopher, you
is
have to
showing
stay
its true
still.
face.
You have to stay still, and if you speak without moving, then your voice is continuing. If you move,
I cannot even. Yeah. Okay.
you
So
can't
I'll
shake your
try to
head.
speak without moving. I will try to speak without moving my mouth. Okay. Not easy. Okay, very good. So yes. So can you put it in illustration? Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Christophe, what about burnt seed? It is necessarily a direct effect, but it's not an indirect cause to anything else.
Okay, so it follows that the subject, the burn seed of instant A is not the cause, direct cause of the burn seed of instant B.
Well, there is no burnt seed after it is fully burnt, it is disintegrated. So there is no instant
Yeah.
B. Let's say there is no instant B
Okay.
because now burnt seed has become earth.
Okay. Yes, it follows that it has an effect. Yeah, the ashes.
True. Okay. I
Okay, so can you posit an illustration of because even for the days, for February and so on, one day is necessarily the cause of the subsequent day. Yeah, the subsequent arising, yeah, of time. Yeah. So it's necessarily a direct cause of the subsequent day. Even if it's not the same number, if it is not the same month, that's okay. Yeah. Okay, very good. So yes, that's nice tries. Yeah, it's nice to try. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there is something. Yeah, please find something which is an indirect cause but not a direct effect, or something which is a direct effect but not an indirect cause. Yeah, if we say for P, then we have A which is not B, or B which is not A. Yeah?
Question. Does this have to
Yes.
do with the dependent the arising? Because we really need only conditions that everything belongs to the same flow. Because if we take it this way, then it makes sense, right? If you really say everything is connected and there is part of the same flow, and as long as they are, part of the same continuum, then you have direct and indirect connected. So in that respect, an indirect cause is related to the direct effect, and any direct effect is related to indirect cause, as long as the same continuum.
Yes, the Shantika, I guess that no one would accept among Buddhist philosophy that everything belongs to the same flow. Like for instance, the continuum of the cup is very different from the continuum of the table. They are unrelated. Yeah.
Agree? Accept.
Yes.
But they are not
Yes,
the
very
same
good because
flow, right? They are not necessarily the same flow.
it,
The same continuum.
yes, exactly. But every impermanent phenomenon belongs to a continuum at some point, I guess, no? Even the last moment of the Arhat, no? The last moment of the Arhat is a cause.
Yes, we said that.
Because of what?
Of the next stage.
And there is nobody else anymore after, yeah, that he's in the nirvana with residue. Then just after he will absorb, he will become non-existent in the nirvana without residue.
Yes, but if it's not in
For the
that
one
state, it will never be on the other side.
yes, because it's like a candle, the flame, burns out and that's finished. Yeah? So it is a cause of what?
Wait, the candle or arhat?
It is still a cause, last moment of sentient being, right before becoming an arhat is still a cause that produces the effect of cessation of afflictions.
Yes, yes.
Can you?
But yeah, anyway, the arhat is a sentient being. Yeah, it's not a Buddha. Yeah.
Yeah. But then the mental continuum is continuing, right?
Yes, for the Mahayana school, yeah. For the soul Tantika, the continuum of the mind and all the ideas, and this person will cease. Just when he enters into the nirvana without residue. Yeah.
So mental continuum also ceases for Sautrantika?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, for Sautrantika and Chittamatra for the wing scriptures.
Sorry, so is nirvana
Yes,
not in a mental continuum?
Is nirvana what? Sorry?
Not in a mental continuum?
So, yes, it depends, because if we speak about nirvana without residue, there is no mental continuum anymore of that person. Yeah. That's why Nagarjuna is asking, who is obtaining the nirvana without residue?
The ignorant person. Right? The ignorant person attains nirvana. And so there has to be a moment before nirvana where your ignorance still exists, and after nirvana, ignorance is like Chavila said, afflictions are destroyed. It
Yes,
doesn't
if we speak
matter.
about nirvana with residue, with the residue of the contaminated aggregates. But in nirvana without residue, the continuum of the person ceases.
Christophe, what about Buddhahood? Like when Buddha is omnipresent, are we not talking about a mental continuum?
Sorry, Chetamomola, could you repeat the last part?
What about the omnipresence of a Buddha? Whether it's in a mental continuum or it is something else?
Yes. Yes, because Buddhahood is, we could say, a state of mind in one sense. Yeah. And even for the Sotantika, when the Buddha enters in parinirvana, then he ceases. His continuum ceases. Yeah.
Then
So
how
then
can
the
it
same
be in
problem.
omnipresent?
Omnipresent?
Yeah, how
Omnipresent.
can something can be omnipresent without having a mental continuum?
Yes, exactly. So that's why for the Mahayana schools, it's easier, because they would say the Buddha, the continuum of the Buddha never ceases. Yeah. Even in parinirvana. Yeah. So we would say that in parinirvana, one nirmanakaya, one supreme nirmanakaya, the parama nirmanakaya, would absorb, dissolve in the sambhogakaya. But still the Buddha is still there, because the Dharmakaya and the Sambhogakaya are still there. Yeah. But for the Sautrantika and Vaibhashika, they have a problem. They would say that the last moment of the Arhat and the last moment of the Buddha just before the Parinirvana, then they are an effect. But because of what? So a cause of the omniscient mind observing that, no? Okay. Yes. Like this cup is one cause of our eye consciousness apprehending it. Without the cup, we wouldn't have the eye perception apprehending it. So that's why this cup is one cause. It's not the substantial cause, but it's one cause of our eye consciousness apprehending it. So that's the same with the last moment of the Arhat, the last moment of a Buddha. They are a cause of the omniscient mind of any other Buddha observing it. Yeah? Okay. Very good. So do we have an instance of indirect cause which is not a direct effect? An illustration? Or a direct effect which is not an indirect cause?
In the example you just said, the observance from the other Buddhas of the that is a direct effect of the moment, but it's not necessarily indirect effect of that.
Yes, okay. So we could say that the first moment of the omniscient mind, observing cup, for instance, is a direct effect of that. And the second moment is the indirect effect. So it is at the same time a direct effect and an indirect effect, no?
Not always, only for that particular flow. For others, not necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but we could say, like, for instance, okay, the same with our eye perception. Yeah? The eye consciousness apprehending the cup, the very first moment of the eye consciousness is the direct effect of this cup, and it is an indirect effect of the previous moment of the cup.
No, because the previous moments of the cup, we don't know where it was. We may not have been, you may have noticed it now, but not necessarily before.
Okay, so let's see that cup for a few moments. Let's contemplate.
That's what I
Okay,
say.
for
It has to
sure.
be in the from emptiness. In order to notice the cup, it needs to be interdependent. Whenever enters that path, like the last moments of Arahat, then they are connected. Then there is a direct and indirect relation. But from the moment that this object is not part of the flow, there is no indirect connection. The direct is in the moment of entering the flow. But if it's not like the cup, like the way I understand emptiness, you notice the appearance is related to the dependent arising of an object. Because you can have the cup there all the time of your life and never noticed it, right? It can be there, but once you actually need it to make the coffee, then you see it.
Yes, okay. This
So
is more for the Madhyamaka. Yes, but here more basically we could say that this cup I've been showing this cup for a few moments, yeah, to your eye consciousness. Yeah. Okay. So your eye consciousness of now is the direct effect of this moment of the cup, this very moment of the cup. Okay.
this is also the indirect.
Cup has been shown.
But not indirect, because before you brought it, I would not have noticed it, right?
Okay. Okay, but just try to stick to that very very gross example. Yeah, we have this eye consciousness, which is on that moment now is the direct effect of this cup of the previous moment. Yeah, the previous moment of the cup is the cause of this eye consciousness now. Okay. And the previous moment of the cup is necessarily the indirect cause of our eye consciousness of now. Yeah? Okay, very good. So our eye consciousness of that moment now is a direct effect and an indirect effect. Yes, very good. Fantastic. And that cup, yes, that moment of the cup is a direct cause of the subsequent moment of the eye consciousness. Yeah. And an indirect cause of a subsequent arising of the eye consciousness apprehending that. Yeah. Okay, so now that we said that, could you find A not B or B not A? Indirect cause, which is not a direct effect. and or maybe direct effect, which is not an indirect cause.
If you put the glass down, the pot, the becher, how you call it, down, for you will be a direct and indirect effect. For us will be only the direct, not the indirect, because you will not see it. Again, it has to do with the space and the flow and everything. Sorry.
Yes. So when we have said that, could you
So
find
it all
something which is
depends
an indirect
for
cause?
you or for me, or you know, do I have it in the screen or do for you? It is there again. It has to do with
Yes, but in general, can you find an indirect cause which is not a direct effect? Yes. What could it be? Yep, Haviji.
I think indirect cause that is not its direct effect is Monday is a indirect cause, but for Wednesday that is not its direct effect.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, the question is not its direct effect, just direct effect, yeah? Monday is a direct effect, yeah? Of Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
So
both. Now,
what did
can you find which
I was trying to find an indirect cause that is not a direct effect. So I gave you that example.
Yes,
But you countered with, but Monday is a direct effect of Sunday. I agree with that.
yeah,
But at the same,
good.
we have to find something that is not. So Monday has to find. Are we looking for something that cannot be an indirect cause at the same time? I mean,
Yeah,
a direct effect,
because we're,
A not B. Are we
yes,
looking for A
exactly.
not B?
Yes, may not be, yeah, something which is an indirect cause, but not a direct effect. So an indirect cause which is not produced, an
No,
impermanent
we cannot
phenomenon
find.
which is permanent.
We cannot find.
It's not possible. Exactly. If it is an indirect cause, it's necessarily itself an effect. It is necessarily impermanent and produced. So it is
Yes,
necessarily a direct effect of something else.
correct.
Yeah,
Except, yeah.
very good. That's it. So, yes, we say if it is A, it's necessarily B. If it is indirect cause, it's necessarily a direct effect. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so now could you find B not A, a direct effect, which is not an indirect cause? You have 2 hours.
No, you can't find.
You can't find. Exactly. Yes, if it is direct effect, if it is produced by its immediately preceding cause, it has to produce something else.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so even the burn seed has to produce ashes, or it has to produce an eye consciousness upbringing it, and this eye consciousness will have its own continuum. So the subsequent arising of that eye consciousness is an indirect effect of that burn seed. No? Very good. So the burn seed would be a direct effect and an indirect cause.
Oh, so they're
Yeah,
equivalent.
like yes. Very cool.
Oh, Chavila started with that,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
It took us 1
exactly.
hour.
Fantastic. Yes, but that's so nice to double check. To double check by yourself, and that knowledge is yours. It belongs to you. Yeah. So that's fantastic. Yes, exactly. So I guess, so now that you know the difference between the two, so we compared indirect cause and direct effect. So let's compare direct cause and indirect effect.
Direct cause. My gut feel is telling me it should be the same, because if it's a cause and effect. Okay.
It is. Exactly. Very good. Yes, exactly. If it's a direct cause, it's necessarily produce something which is produced by something. So if it is a direct cause, it's necessarily an indirect effect.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it is an indirect effect, something which is produced by something which is produced, it's necessarily producing something else. So it's necessarily a direct cause as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good. So you can compare direct cause, direct effect, indirect cause, indirect effect, indirect cause, direct effect. Indirect effect and direct cause, they are all equivalent, generally speaking.
Okay.
Wow, very good, very good, fantastic. So yes, it's good to double check it. It's good to double check by yourself, yeah, to check maybe, oh, there is something which is a direct cause, but not an indirect effect, yeah. But still, if it is a direct cause, it is impermanent. If it is impermanent, it is produced. And if it is produced, that which produces it has to be produced in turn, yeah. Because you cannot find something which produces something else which would be permanent. If it produces something, it's necessarily impermanent, so it is necessarily produced. Yeah. So it is either indirectly produced or directly produced. Anyway, it is both. Yeah, do you agree with that? Wow. Very good. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so except those points, usually speaking, this chapter on causes and effect is not so complicated. The last part of the chapter is a bit more tricky because the which I would compare, same substance and same entity, or different entities, different substances, and so on. Yeah? And also same substantial type and different substantial types, and so on. Yeah. So I hope next time I will have a new computer and I will work on my slides. Otherwise, I need to use my phone. The other one is the computer is okay. So, okay, so for next time we have some slides, but just for now, is everyone clear about what means one entity? Or do you have any issue with that? Follows, you can posit some illustration of two phenomena which are one entity.
Person.
The person is one, is not one entity. If it's one entity, you need two different phenomena. Yeah.
Person and its aggregates.
Yeah, the person and the aggregates of the person. Yeah, you need two different phenomena that you compare. If it is just one, it's not one entity, it's just something, but it's not one entity. If you one entity, you need at least two phenomena, two different phenomena. So the person and the aggregates of the person, they are one entity
because when we go towards the when we point towards the object, they are one.
Yes, exactly. Yes, they are one, they are not separate for the direct perception. Yeah, but you remember, we have access to the universe with two different types of minds, we could say, direct perception and thought consciousness. Yeah. So we could say non-conceptual cognition and conceptual cognition. We could say like this. Yeah, those are the only two types of ways to have access to the universe. Yeah, either we don't think or we think. Yeah, there is no third possibility. Okay, so when we speak about one and different, it's necessarily mainly with thought consciousness. When we say the cup and its color are different, it's the thought consciousness which is able to distinguish them. Yeah, the eye consciousness is not able to distinguish them. Yeah? Okay, very good. Okay, so that's why they are different, at least for the thought consciousness. But for the eye consciousness, they are not distinguished. So that's why they are one entity. Yeah, is that clear for everyone?
So is that non-conceptual?
Okay, so we could say,
Can you repeat the definition? It's one entity. It's not different to a non-conceptual thought conscious.
yes, if it is not distinguished by the non-conceptual cognition, then it is one entity.
Okay.
Yeah, we could say. It's one way, it's a loose way to express that, because one entity could refer to permanent phenomena as well, and they don't appear to direct perception. Yeah, so it's a loose way to speak about one entity. Yeah, okay, very good. In reality, we speak about one substance. One substance. Yeah, because two phenomena which are one substance appear to direct perception and they don't appear separately. Yeah. Okay, so if you see that, then that's really fantastic, yeah. So we could say that the color of the cup and the cup, they necessarily appear to direct perception.
Except
They necessarily appear to direct perception because
the the eye consciousness perceives one entity.
yeah, we could say that the eye consciousness is not able to separate them, to distinguish them. Yeah, they appear to the same direct perception and they don't appear separately. So they are one substance. Yeah. Okay, and they necessarily appear to a direct perception because they are impermanent. You remember when we studied the established bases, we said that one equivalent with impermanent is manifest phenomenon. Manifest phenomenon. It means that it has to be explicitly realized by a direct valid cognition. It means that it has to appear to a direct valid cognition. Any impermanent phenomenon, yeah, for the Sautrantika following reasoning, yeah, is the appearing object to direct perception. Yeah. Okay, so we can say that the color of the cup is impermanent. You accept? Yes, the color of the cup is impermanent because
Can change momentarily.
yes, because it is momentary changing. It follows that if it is momentary changing, it's necessarily impermanent. Okay, the cup, it follows that the cup itself is impermanent. Yes, it is impermanent because
It is produced.
yes, it is produced. It follows that if it is produced, it's necessarily impermanent.
Except.
Very good. Okay, so both the curve and its color are impermanent, so they necessarily appear to direct perception. Okay, but here they don't appear separately.
Yeah.
Here you don't see the color of the cup on one side and the cup on the other side of the screen. Yeah, you see the color of the cup where there is the cup, and you see the cup where there is the color of the cup. Yes, so then the cup and its color are not distinguished by the eye consciousness. So they are one substance. Yeah, they appear to the direct perception and they don't appear separately. That's exactly the meaning of one substance. Okay, and if they are one substance, they are necessarily one entity. But if they are one entity, they are not necessarily one substance because one entity can refer to permanent phenomena. And substance is some kind of terminology that we use only for impermanent phenomena.
Sorry, why is
Yeah.
one entity
So,
only used for permanent phenomena?
Yeah, because for one entity, they use some kind of conditional. Would say they would not appear separately to the direct perception to which they would appear. They use some condition. Yeah, they say if it were to appear to a direct perception, because permanent phenomena never appear to direct perception.
Because permanent phenomena never
Yeah.
appear to direct perception? Is that what you said? Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah, permanent phenomena never appear to direct perception. Yeah,
Even
it's
to
a,
an
it's a
arhat?
kind of basic rule. Yes, exactly. Even for arhat, for the arhat, yeah, he can realize selflessness, but not explicitly. Yeah, that's one specific point. Of course, we will discuss it again, but it's just to give you some introduction about that point. Is that it's a kind of rule which is written in fire in the sky. If it is impermanent, it's necessarily the appearing object to direct perception. Yeah. Mitapaina, mitapaina, ale, nuensungin no yu yimbekyap. Yonzin Bulbucha will say that if it is impermanent, it's necessarily the appearing object to direct perception.
And this is
Yeah.
valid for
And if it is,
Prasangika also.
yes, for the Prasangika, they would say so as well. Yeah. For the Prasangika, they would not say the other point. They would not say if it is permanent, it's necessarily the appearing object to thought consciousness. Because for the Prasangika, emptiness is permanent, but it appears to the yogic direct perception. Yeah. They would say the way around. They would say if it is the appearing object to thought consciousness, it's necessarily permanent. But they would not say the way around. They would not say if it is permanent like emptiness, it is necessarily the appearing object to thought consciousness. They would say emptiness is permanent but can appear to the yogic direct perception. Very good. Yes, but for the Sautrantika, impermanent and appearing object to direct perception are equivalent. Permanent and appearing object to thought. Yes, sorry.
Is that because the idea is that direct perception cannot understand emptiness of objects or phenomena? Because once you understand the emptiness of phenomena, you don't understand it through the direct perception, but through the indirect. So through your,
Yeah, yeah. For the Sautrantika, there is no selflessness of phenomena. It's only the selflessness of the person. For the Vipashika
yes,
and
yeah,
Sautrantika,
forgot. Correct. Forgot.
no problem. But yes, they would say that the cup is a selfless. Yes, it is an instance of selfless. Yes, so they would say that the cup, they could realize the selflessness of the cup, but not explicitly. Yeah, by a direct perception. Implicitly. Okay. Yes. So this has to be learned by heart. The fingertips. If it is permanent, it's necessarily the appearing object to thought consciousness. And if it is impermanent, it's necessarily the appearing object to direct perception. This is a very common basic rule for most of the schools, and especially for the Sautrantika following reasoning. Yeah? That's why we have those two types of objects, permanent and impermanent, because they can appear to two different types of perceptions, of cognitions. Yeah. So that's why Acharya Dharmakirti says, "Shejani chir tsamani dunji nu da minuchir," yeah? Because we have two types of objects of comprehension. We have two types of valid cognitions. Yeah. Okay, so this is very important. So that's why when we speak about one entity, it can refer to permanent phenomena, and we need to use the conditional. We cannot say permanent phenomena appear to direct perception because they can't. But we say if they were to appear to direct perception, they would not appear separately. Yes, Maharaji?
Direct perception, can it be subtle and not the sense objects, but the mental consciousness, which is not using sense objects? So, can you not
Yes,
have a direct perception of impermanent can you have direct perception of impermanent phenomena that is not using senses?
that is not.
Not using sense of
That,
eyes, touch, taste.
yes, many. Yes, you have for the Sotrantika, there are 4 types of direct perceptions. Yeah, sense direct perception, mental direct perception, self-cognition, and yogic direct perception. Yeah, and only the first one is observing sensory objects like forms and so on. Yeah?
Okay. Oh, so
So we could.
you can have mental direct perception of impermanent phenomena.
Yes, exactly.
But there is you cannot have mental direct perception of permanent phenomena in Sautantrika. Is that what they're saying? That no matter what you are thinking of, it is not the permanent phenomena.
Yes, exactly. So there are some specific points like Lati Rinpoche in Mind in Tibetan Buddhism, yeah, speaks about something very precise. He would say that some scholars would not accept that direct perception can know permanent phenomena. Yeah, some scholars would say permanent phenomena are known through or by a direct valid cognition, but they are not directly perceived.
They are
It's
implicitly.
one way
So the intellect has to work through a reasoning to understand what that permanent phenomena is that they're seeing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why also Kancha Jime Wambo in his garland of the views, yeah, on the tenets, he says that according to the soul Trantika, permanent phenomena are not the object of the mode of apprehension of the direct perception, because they are not apprehended by the direct perception. So it's very, very specific here.
They're not beheaded.
Some other scholars. Sorry.
Sorry, did you say can you repeat that sentence? That was very interesting.
Yes, which is that in the Sutran, if you check maybe in the part about the path and results, yeah, he says that even for the Aryas, you know, that the subtle selflessness is not the object of the mode of apprehension of the yogic direct perception, because it is not apprehended by that yogic direct perception. Some other scholars would say, yes, it is the object of the mode of apprehension because it is the object of comprehension. It is not the appearing object, but it is the engaged object. So, and some would say engaged object and the object of the mode of apprehension are equivalent. So it's just some fine debates about those points. Yeah. But usually speaking, they would say, yes, an Arya can realize directly the selflessness. But selflessness would not appear to its yogic direct perception. It is implicitly realized by that yogic direct perception. Yeah. Or some would say through that direct perception. With the instrumental. Yeah. And some would say it is directly realized ngun sumdu. Okay, some very slight differences, yeah. Okay, so next time I hope I will have my computer, a new one, impermanence, and then next time we'll see, I guess, some slides, and we'll try to decipher a little bit more those points, yeah, what means one substance, one entity, and so on, yeah, because maybe it's more confusing now, and especially with the 4G, which is not very strong. Okay, so it was great. It was really, really great, and please keep on thinking by yourself. It's so useful, so precious, so we can dedicate to the long life and good health of the Dalai Lama and all the wonderful teachers that we have in this life. And for the sake of all the beings, may all the beings obtain awakening as soon as possible. Thank you so much. It was really, 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 really nice and really fun as usual. Thank you. Thank you for your energy and take care and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Christopher.
you so
Thank
much.
you, my friend. See you.